I have a question to ask. First of all, my name is Gabe Zolman, and the question that I have to ask is, where's Eliot Ness? It took Eliot Ness to clean up Chicago, to get rid of the corruption, to get rid of Al Capone. Well, I shouldn't say get rid of the corruption, because the corruption is still rampant. To reduce the corruption during his time. And what we have is, we have in David Axelrod, the propaganda minister, we have an Al Capone. And he orchestrates, and he controls, and he conducts business as usual to keep Obama in the White House. And what we need is, we need an Eliot Ness to try to save this country. We need a congressman that will honor his or her oath of office. We need a Speaker of the House that will ask for and begin impeachment proceedings against Obama. There has never been in history anyone ever that has so much doubt swirling around themselves. There has never been anyone in history in the position of power, let alone President of the United States, but even a postal worker. I mean, to go get a job at the post office, you've got to produce documentation in the form of what? A birth certificate. I think it's really sad that everyone's turned a blind eye to the madness that's taking place in Washington. And what we already found out, by allowing it to continue, America's at the precipice of going over the fiscal cliff. The Middle East is on fire. Israel is close to going to war. Syria will be taken over by the Muslim Brotherhood, as has Egypt, as has Libya. Who created all those opportunities for the Muslim Brotherhood to establish such a strong foothold? It wasn't me. I guess in a sense it was me. It was all of us, because we allowed it to happen. We did nothing to prevent it. We should have known when Obama went to Cairo and gave his speech, and he was bowing down and kissing everyone's you-know-what, telling the American people how great Muslims are. And that's interesting. Muslims are the only ones that think nothing of cutting off someone's head. Now, they will ask you to convert first, because by doing so, that's how they grow their base. But if you refuse what they have to offer, they'll cut your head off and think nothing of it. They practice slitting throats on camels. And Obama gets up and talks about the wonders of Muslims. And the sweetest sound he's ever heard is the call to prayer. What more do you need to know other than what we all know? The reasons he won't release any of his documents from Occidental and Harvard, the reason he won't provide a copy of the passport that he used at that time, it's clear as a bell. He walked away from a $5 million donation that Mr. Trump offered to go to a charity of Obama's choice. Why would any normal person do that? Well, he'd have more than 5 million reasons not to do that. And Elena Kagan, that he appointed to the Supreme Court, she knows. She was the one who buried his past. She should be brought up, subpoenaed, and put on trial. And it's my understanding that anyone that's part of the judicial organization cannot plead the Fifth Amendment. And if that's true, it'd be interesting to see what she has to say when asked about those documents that were buried by her and her legal team that she assembled. This is insane. This has to stop. This cannot continue. And by allowing it to continue, we're getting closer and closer to the end of this country. Obama is using the rich to incite violence by turning the poor against the rich. There's many more poor in this country than there are rich. And the middle class, he keeps talking about trying to protect, he's destroying the middle class. When's the last time he went to the gas station? It's going to get a whole lot worse. He's kicking in a whole lot more EPA standards. He's going to drive the cost of energy right through the roof. And you know what? We're allowing him to do it. Thanks, John Boner. Thank you very much. Now, I have a question for you, Mr. Boner. How many millions of dollars have you made since you became Speaker of the House? Interesting question, huh? He won't answer it. I'll tell you, it's about close to $3 million. And he made that on his investments in buying healthcare stock, pharmaceutical stock. He used to lobby for them. Interesting, huh?